I mean, just read the title. I mean, that's all you really need to know. Oscars 2019, Green Book Best Picture win proves divisive. Well, it would do, wouldn't it? You couldn't have something happen and it not be divisive these days. I mean, what would be the point in that? Being divisive is the only thing we have left to do. There's nothing else to do. Let's just be divisive all the time. Any decision is a divisive decision, and that's all people, that's all we want, isn't it? So might as well, stick with the trend and that, Personally, I couldn't give a shit about the Oscars. The best films never win the Oscars. It's just a campaign trail. It's like you have to spend money and schmooze people and campaign. It's not based on it's based on nonsense. It's based on it's like a political campaign. It's just fucked. It's not. I don't know why people get bent out of shape about it. Like, the only reason you should be upset is because, I don't know, you didn't suck enough dick. It's your own fault, I suppose. Based on what I know about it, it's just your own fault. You didn't gobble enough dong to warrant you getting a nice little statue to thrust in people's faces. So who cares? But every year now it just becomes a thing of just divisiveness. It's just what are people going to be pissed off and expect this year? It's like, we expect a trophy because for whatever reason it is nowadays. And that kind of what dictates it. But now, they've just gone back to the old bullshit. Now I personally think this is my theory, and I think this is a solid theory as well. So not last year, 2017, he had Moonlight won, and I think Moonlight won because of the Oscars so white thing going on, and plus it was a double box. It was gay and it was black, so it was like it was super heavy. So it was like, yeah, man, gay and black, we're gonna win a lot of people around with this. So they did that. And then women were all the rage last year, weren't they? Me Too'd all over the world. Weren't women? Women were proper oppressed last year. So they gave it The Shape of Water because it had some feminist ideas in it. I've never seen it. I don't want to watch some overblown film, some overhyped monster movie with feminist undertones. I don't know. It just seems silly to me. I tried watching Moonlight. I got 20 minutes into it, and I was like, "This is just too gay for me." I did Brokeback Mountain. I've done my bit. I've watched some gay stuff before. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm not really interested in straight love stories either. So, a gay one, I'm like, I don't know how to go with this. Brokeback Mountain, though, when I watched it, I did cry a little bit. I did cry a little bit because anal sex terrifies me. It's true. No, only joking. I don't know, am I joking? I don't really care. And this film that won this year, Green Book, I don't know much about it. Apparently it's like, according to this, it's like a reverse Driving Miss Daisy. It's just got a man instead of a woman. So Spike Lee's pissed as well because he lost to Driving Miss Daisy. Now he seems to have lost to another version. I think the Oscar committee, the Academy, I think they just said, we'll give they're all moaning, so we'll give them this, and then next year, right, they're all moaning, we'll give them that, and now they're like, let's just go back to awarding, films that no one cares about. Let's just go back to how it was, just dry, bland shit, Not saying that this film is dry and bland and the other films that want to dry and bland, I haven't seen them all, so I don't know. But I could imagine they probably are all just fucking bland. I mean, it's beige that wins, isn't it? And I'm not talking about skin colour, I'm just talking about, tones. Beige. Just beige. Just beige shit. That's what Hollywood likes. They don't like anything good. They throw in a few things just to keep people happy. And go, I wonder if that'll win. It's like, it's not, is it? Because, the only films I'm interested in that are on the shortlist was The Favourite, which I've seen, which is good because I'm a fan of the director. So and I was surprised to see it on there, and I was like, well, it's not going to win. And if it did win, fair play to him, but it's too interesting to win. Roma, I think, looks interesting, and it's a Netflix film, so I thought that'd be cool if that won because that'd sock it to the man, wouldn't it? Netflix film wins. Everyone would be pissed. But no, that wasn't going to win, was it? Because, you know, it was black and white and foreign, wasn't it? So no, don't be silly. If they want foreign stuff, it's American-made foreign stuff. That's what they want. So, you know. And then what else? They have Black Panther. Like, what? Bohemian Rhapsody, which is apparently an absolute pile of dog shit. I mean, I've seen the trailers. I do not need to see that. Hell no. And I've seen the Rocket Man trailer as well, which just looks just as shit. That's the Elton John biopic. It's like, I think we're going down the road of just making shit biopics. Yeah, that's a good thing, isn't it? Stuff that belongs on TV, you know, at 3 p.m, but now being put in cinemas. That's the way to go about it. So Green Book, I don't know what it's about. It's about a white man and a black man in a car or something. That's all I know about it. Brilliant. Sounds great, doesn't it? Some, you know, boring reviewers have said, oh, it's really good, but other reviewers have said, like, so, you know, I'm going with the thought that it probably is just a bit, and, you know, don't bother with it. But, you know, it's divisive, though, isn't it? The only thing that should be divisive about this whole thing, oh, yeah, hang on, back to my theory. I didn't get to my fucking theory. My theory is that, because they gave them this again, that, yeah, I think maybe they did it just to piss people off. Yo, let's award, you know, let's give the Oscar to the most unsurprising Oscar winner, just to piss everyone off. Let's just, you know, of all your whining, all the whinging going on, and they thought, well, we're going to shit all over you. I hope that's what they did, because I'd respect that if they just did it to shit on people. You know, that's what I like. Hey, look at this. Spike Lee did not do much to hide his displeasure when Green Book beat his film and 6 others to this year's Best Picture Oscar. According to one report, the Black Klansman director tried to storm out of the Dolby Theatre when the winner was read out by Julia Roberts. I thought I was courtside at the Madison Square Garden and the ref made a bad call, Lee later told reporters, saying that the film was not his cup of tea. I'm snake-bit, he joked, using a euphemism. I can't be bothered to read the rest of that. His comment was a reference to Driving Miss Daisy, winner of the Best Picture Oscar in 1990. Yeah, and a film to which Green Book has been compared. Lee's film Do the Right Thing was nominated for the 2 Oscars in 1990, Best Original Screenplay and Best Supporting Actor, but missed out on both. Yeah, that's right. Do the Right Thing was a good film, and Driving Miss... I mean, people will remember that film, but no one remembers Driving Miss Daisy. Like, no, have you seen it? No, of course not. That was stupid. But, you know. Oh, yeah, his film Black Klansman. I have no interest in watching that because I know about that story. I've seen documentaries on it. And, yeah, it's interesting. But, like, if you know about it, it's like, yeah, okay. Well, the gimmick is, you know, it's a black geezer who joined the KKK. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that seems more of a premise for a shit comedy or a comedy that could have been good. Do you know what I'm saying? That I can imagine someone awful making a comedy out of that. Because it is interesting, you know. But I think mostly he like spent most of the time like on the phone to people and rose in the ranks. I think he only attended a couple of meetings, so I don't know. And it just feels like it's only being made now because everyone thinks that white supremacy is on the rise when it isn't. You know, I think that's the only reason it got made. And Spike Lee hasn't done anything very good recently. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that Chirac film, but fuck me. I mean, talk about turning that off. I mean, I watched like 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, and I was like, fuck me. This is terrible. This is a pile of donkey shit. I mean, for one, you got Nick Cannon playing like a fucking gangster. Like, no. And he's too old as well, because like most people, like most of the criminal groups in, like most of the people doing the shoot 'em up shit in Chicago are like well young anyway, and Nick Cannon's like 100 years old. It just didn't make sense, and it was all in verse, and I was like, this is in verse. What is this? So yeah, and that was him, you know, again doing a zeitgeist thing because everyone was talking about like Chicago crime at the time, and drill music was popping, you know, in America. So it was like it was the right time to do it. That's what Spike Lee seems to do, doesn't he? Anyway, so the film Green Book. Apparently, an African-American classical pianist is driven around the American South of the 1960s by an Italian-American chauffeur. Right. Okay, so it is a reverse of Driving Miss Daisy. As it says here, you know, Driving Miss Daisy is an elderly southern matron grudgingly agrees to be chauffeured by an African-American driver. They changed the seating arrangement, said Lee of Green Book. That's quite funny. And which also won Oscars for its screenplay and supporting actor. Oh, God, this name. I've never heard anyone say it. Mahershala Ali. He's in True Detective. I finished that today. I thought he was very good in that. And the makeup in that, I thought, was quite astonishing. I've never seen makeup done that well. I actually thought it was his dad or his granddad, but it was him. Pretty impressive. So fair play to him. Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman also expressed disappointment as Green Book director Peter Farrelly and his predominantly white production team took the stage. Oh, God damn them! Oh, those honkies! Honkies smashing again! Oh, yeah, that would piss anyone off, wouldn't it? You don't want to be pissing off Chadwick Boseman, mind. Tell you this, there's one thing I know. If Chadwick Boseman's had a bad day, I've had a bad day, okay? His white production team, how dare they? Ah! So Chadwick, well, is this a picture of him looking back going, what is he? Does he think Black Panther should have won? I mean, did he think it was one, did he think it should have won? Two, do you think it was ever going to win? They always nominate a strange thing. It's like, it's just a comic book film. I mean, sorry. But, you know, the day they give it to a comic book film, that's the day out of it. We're like, mate, you are proper taking the piss now. On Twitter, meanwhile, Green Book's victory over Black Panther, Roma, A Star Is Born and The Favourite generated an immediate backlash. Oh, so that's what they mean by a Hollywood ending. Oh, is it because there's a bunch of honkies up there? Right, okay. Right. Is that what they mean? Oh yeah, of course. Oscar's so white. It's like, all right. Well, I'd be quite confident to say that the majority of those films probably have a white production crew. So, do you know what I mean? This is why you shouldn't pander to nothing, because it's like no one's ever going to be happy about anything. Like, so you start pandering. This is why you don't. This is why you don't negotiate with terrorists. Because they'll never be fucking happy, and then they'll take, you know, it's like it's just that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, you know, like, man, who cares? I mean, who cares anyway? Fucking, oh, it's pathetic, isn't it? Green Book, I mean, what's that? Don't you just love it? It's all these, again, another article where just nobodies of the world. Because, sorry, but you are nobodies. You're on Twitter. This is your 2.5 milliseconds of fame, right here. You know, lazy journalism strikes again. This is what the people think. What a couple of people. It's like, oh, come on, man, shut it. Spike is all of us watching Green Book win. Right, is it? Justin Chang from Los Angeles Times was particularly scathing of Green Book's triumph, calling it the worst Best Picture Oscar winner since Crash. Ooh, is it? That's pretty bad. Yeah, we know about Crash, not the good one with, you know, with the car crashes and sex. The one with like the really heavy-handed racism in it. Green Book is about as traditional as a choice as you can get, wrote the Independent's Clarice. Can't be bothered to read your surname, sorry. Describing its win as a case of the same old. Well, look, you had your Moonlight and you had your fucking... You had your Shape of Water. You've had your shit, like... You know, be grateful, motherfuckers. I don't know. The film, which was released in the UK earlier this month, takes its title from a guidebook African-American travelers once used to negotiate the segregated South. Okay. So what is it about Farrelly's film? Who's Farrelly? Did they mention him before? Sorry, did I miss a bit when I have to know who this Farrelly... Alright, director Peter Farrelly. Alright, okay, so it's the director. Okay, Mr. Farrelly. I know who you are now. Good for you. So is about Farrelly film that has rubbed so many people the wrong way? Oh, for many, it's the idea that the film perpetuates the white savior trope that can be found in so many Hollywood films about bigotry and intolerance. The white savior trope. Great. Ali's character, real-life musician Don Shirley, is pivotal to the story. Yet its real protagonist, Viggo Mortensen's Tony the Lip Vallelonga, a bouncer come bodyguard whose friendship with Shirley makes him wise up to his own racial prejudices. You know that line, let alone, makes you think that this film is probably pretty whack. Because, like, that's been done. And it's never done well, is it? Is it? You know? Hollywood's attempts to do anything sort of meaningful can be summed up in one scene from one shit film. And that is the film, I think it's either Volcano or Dante's Peak, because they both came out the same year. Like, and they're both about a volcano. I think it's Volcano. I saw it in an airplane. And at the end, the volcano's gone off, right? And there's a little black kid and there's a white kid, and they're all covered in fucking ash, so they're both grey. And the little black kid goes, "Look, we all look the same." It's just the shit. It's just like, I'm like, well, thanks for that. Sums it up. That's Hollywood's approach to anything, isn't it? Really, that's gone are the magical golden years of Hollywood. R.I.P. bitch. There's no, my name is Mr. Tibbs. They call me Mr. Tibbs. You ain't gonna get that sort of level of goodness no more, I'm afraid, folks. Just look back. Live in the past when it comes to watching films, or watch foreign stuff. That's my advice to all of you. According to Vox's critic, and who else would you want to listen to but a Vox critic? Because I'm sure a Vox critic is a well-balanced individual. Someone, a beautiful person, inside and out, whose shit smells of roses. Todd van der Werf. Sounds like a Nazi. The film lets white folks off the hook for whatever responsibility we bear for the crushing weight of systemic racism. Oh, please, will you shut up and just review a film for once, you twat. The film has also been criticised for its use of so-called magic Negro figure, whose sole function is to facilitate positive change in a white character. Well, it sounds great, doesn't it? Green Book won the People's Choice Award at last year's Toronto Film Festival, an award seen by many as a reliable indicator of Oscar glory. Yet the film would soon... Is it? I've never heard that before. Yet the film would soon run into a number of public relations potholes that made last night's win seem like a remote possibility. Now, here comes the hit piece. I knew there was a hit piece in this article somewhere. Of course there's got to be a hit piece. You can't have loads of white people on stage without a hit piece. Alright, let's do it. Go on, bring me that hit piece, baby. First came Mortensen's use of the N-bomb in a post-screening Q&A session. Oh, what did he do? In which he issued a fulsome apology. Then came criticism from the members of Shirley's family, who dismissed the film as a symphony of lies that exaggerated Vallelonga's relationship with his employer. Well, this is a Hollywood film, no surprise there. Right, I don't know anything about Viggo Mortensen's go away cookie thing. Viggo Mortensen apologized for using N-word during Green Book panel. What did he say? Oscar-nominated actor Viggo Mortensen apologized for using the N-word while speaking at a post-screening discussion about his new movie, Green Book. During the Elvis Mitchell moderated Q&A following Film Independent, blah, 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 blah. He used the N-word while speaking about racial progress in America. For instance, no one says N anymore. Right, that was it? So he's just... context doesn't matter, though. If you just say the wrong words, like... You know, it was great back in the day when they tried to... change the meaning of the N-bomb and try and reclaim it and get rid of its power. I swear, it has more power now than it ever did before. I swear. It's like, you drop that and you're fucked. Like, in all capacities, you're fucked. I can't even reference it. It's been done to Netflix people. It's been done to Papa John. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't hear more about that. Because that, I mean, I'm surprised, they didn't ask for him to be shot in the face. Saying that, isn't that what usually happens now? This man should be shot in the face. But no. He got off lightly. What else is wrong with this? In January, Farrelly issued his own apology for exposing his penis to colleagues in the late 90s, saying he had been an idiot. Who hasn't exposed their penis to people? It is weird, like, if if a girl got a vagina out, it'd be such a different story to if a geezer gets his penis out. Like, there's a double standard with flashing your bits in many situations. Apparently penises are dangerous. More dangerous than a vagina, which we know is not true. More wars have been started over vaginas than penises. That's a fucking fact. They've been started by a penis. I mean, thinking with your penis. But definitely the vagina is the most dangerous thing. And I think it should be a bigger crime to get you to reveal your... It should be a bigger crime for you to flash your vagina than flash your penis. Because them shits is dangerous, fam. Vaginas are fucking dangerous. For those of you who are inexperienced and don't know what I'm talking about, look, guys, we all know this, right? Vaginas are fucking dangerous, alright? Put the vagina down. Walk away from the vagina before it sucks you in. And once it's got you, there's no going back. You're fucked. That vagina will take over your mind. Oh, be careful with them vaginas, man. Be careful with them vaginas. More contrition followed from Vallelonga's son Nick, one of Green Book's writers, over a 2015 tweet in which he claimed he had seen Muslims in New Jersey celebrating the 9/11 attacks. Well, what if he had? God, it doesn't take much to do a hit piece these days, does it? Oh wow, I mean, everyone's a bastard that worked on this film. I think they should take the Oscar back and then fuck them in the arsehole with it. And then give it to Black Panther, because that's what everyone wants, isn't it? No. Actually, no. Give it to charity. Controversy dogged Green Book all the way to the Oscar ceremony itself, when some questioning whether it was right to have veteran Congressman John Lewis present its Best Picture citation. The US author and journalist Raquel Cepeda wrote that President Donald Trump would have been a better peddler of Green Book's saccharine propaganda. Yet it would be wrong to say the film is entirely about friends. I don't care about what they say. Green Book is such a fantastic movie and deserved that freaking Oscar, tweeted one defiant fan on Monday. Brilliant. One defiant fan. There was probably only one person that tweeted that, isn't it? Like the one person that tweeted the other stuff. Well, what a wonderful bit of journalism then. That's fantastic. Wasn't that great? Neil Smith. Congratulations, Neil Smith. Whatever you got paid, it was too much.